See a couple of familiar names. I'm hoping that it is the same people who are friends of PMI. Uh, Warm greetings to all of you. Thank you for taking time to join the session. For many of you, it's late evening. Really appreciate and value your time. Uh, we will discuss about some of the COVID-induced unique opportunities and how DA can help you convert them to your benefit. There is an increased number of transformation projects in the market. Even organizations which were in two minds whether to go for transformation have undertaken the transformation journey. There is an increased number of RFPs coming in for Indian system integrators to for their transformation journeys. There is an opportunity to increase organization to scale agile investments, including Scrum, SAFe, and other frameworks which are available in the market at this point of time. Capitalized on increased revenue opportunities by responding quickly to reduce the turnaround time for digital transformations. Let us look at how PMI can help you benefit from the toolkit. My name is Jacob Verghese, works for PMI and looks after disciplined agile partner enablement for South Asia. I am joined by my PMI's disciplined agile partner organization, PP Pariyojana, Mr. Manoj Gupta and Samir. Samir is also a trainer for disciplined agile suite of products. Some of the major challenges faced by teams engaged in transformation projects are: the first and foremost important one is that it is tied down to one or more frameworks which are available in the market. The organization leadership decides that no, either they should support transformation of their clients or they themselves need to transform, and they airdrop some of the frameworks which are common in the market. The second one is lack of leadership buy-in and not treating agile and agility as a strategic priority. And the third and and the most important one is failure to invest in your own people. Considering the above challenges and many more, PMI has come out with disciplined agile toolkit with following value proposition. Before I get into the value proposition, let me briefly touch upon PMI acquisition of disciplined agile. DA was founded by Scott Ambler and Mark Lyons. PMI acquired DA and Flex in 2019 August to offer a unique and unparalleled value proposition to stakeholders who are committed to improving their personal, team, and enterprise agility. DA is a toolkit that provides practical guidance to help individuals, teams, and enterprises choose their own way of working. Applying the toolkit allows organizations to customize any method or framework, such as traditional waterfall methodology, Scrum, SAFe, Kanban, or any other framework which is currently available in the market. Coming back to the value proposition of DA Toolkit, it helps the organizations in accelerating value delivery at scale, optimizing your organization for business agility, upskilling your teams to choose their WOW, building awareness among team members of the benefits to tailoring agile in a contextually sensitive way. I will sum up this talk and then hand it over to my colleague Samir, who will walk you through what is uh, disciplined agile all about. But I wanted to leave you a message. COVID-19 causes unimaginable disruption in the market, but it also gives us a lot of opportunities. Your organization must assess how they prepare to lead the agility space in the post-COVID era in terms of employee skills and capabilities. Lean innovation will be the key. The time is to act now, and PMI is there to support you in your journey. You can reach out to any of us, either Manoj, Samir, or myself. I have put our email IDs in the chat box for a free demo or a free session for your organization or to create a proof of concept. Samir would now take us through what is disciplined agile all about. Over to you, Samir.
Okay, thanks, Jacob, for very good and brief for the introduction about DA, and thanks team too for introducing me. And I'll just share my screen to take you through a brief overview of what is discipline agile. It will be, if I say, a 20 to 20 minute, 5 minutes brief overview, and thereafter we can have a, I would say, question and answer sessions, which we can help. Okay, I hope you are able to see the screen.
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay. See, what is, I would say, what does it mean to be disciplined? To be disciplined is to do the things that you know are good for you, things that really require hard work, I would say perseverance. See, while doing work for the organization, it takes discipline to recognize that you need to tailor your approach for the context that you face and to evolve your approach as the situation evolves. It takes discipline to recognize that you are a part of a larger organization, that you should do the best for the enterprise and not just what's convenient for you. So it requires, I would say, discipline to evolve and optimize your overall workload. And it requires discipline to realize that you have many choices regarding how you work and organize yourself. So you should choose accordingly. Here, I would say discipline agile is a process driven toolkit. Is a process driven toolkit which is composed for fit for context practices that will help you to be more effective on your agile projects, regardless of the type of project, size of team, or I would say the type of organization, as you have seen in the on the screen. It provides solid foundation for business agility by showing how the various activities such as solution delivery, I would say, our IT operations, our enterprise architecture, our portfolio management, our security, our finance, our procurement, and many others work together. How these activities should address, or I would say provide a range of options for doing so, and describe the trade-offs associated with each options. So basic stack, the discipline agile, I would say, is based on 8 core principles, which is, I would say, delight customers. We delight our customers when our product and services not only fulfill their needs but expectations, but surpass them, I would say. Be awesome. Awesome teams are built around motivated individuals, who are given an environment, or I would say support required to fulfill their objectives. Context counts. See, every person, every team, and every organization is unique. Hey, let's find and evolve an effective strategy given the situation actually we face. Yeah, it means, see, be pragmatic. Let's be realistic and effective as we can at this. And that may mean, we go beyond being just agile, I would say. Choice is good, different context requires, when I say, different strategies. And team needs to be able to own their own process, I would say, and to experiment to discover what works in practice for them given the situation that they face. Having a process options to choose from and understanding the trade-offs of those options, enables you to home in on better options sooner, I would say. Optimize flow. Your organization, I would say, a complex adaptive system of interacting teams and groups that individually evolve continuously and affect each other as they do. So to succeed, you must ensure that the teams are well aligned, remain well aligned, I would say, and better, yet improve their alignment over time. Then I would say organize around product and services. See, to delight our customers, we need to organize ourselves around producing the offerings, I would say, products and services that they need. We means discipline agile in effect, organizing around value streams, I would say, because value streams produce values for customers, both in terms of both external and internal form of products and services. We choose to say organize around product and services rather than offerings, as we felt this was more explicit, I would say. Then comes the enterprise awareness. See, when people are enterprise aware, they are motivated to consider that the overall needs of their organization to ensure that what they are doing contributes positively, I would say, to their goals of the organization, and not just to be suboptimal goals of the teams. So that's why we do promises and guidelines. We can get into details if you want. I'll take it later on, but in the span of short time, I would say that discipline agile content is described in 4 views. One is mindset. When I say discipline agile builds on the foundation of agile and lean to address, I would say, enterprise realities. Then it comes to people. Discipline agile consider roles, responsibilities, and structures you have in place. In terms of, I would say, the other part is the flows. Discipline agile provides a framework for dynamic aspects of processes via life cycle diagrams and workflow diagrams. The most important, the practices. DA outlines the techniques that move your project forward, using goal diagrams with high-level pick list of practices, I would say. See, every person is unique with their own set of skills, with their own, I would say, preferences for work style, the career goals and learning style. Every team is unique, not only because it is composed of unique people, but also it faces a unique situation. Our organization is also unique, even when there are other organizations that operate in the same marketplace as we do. Take an example of automobile manufacturers such as Ford, Audi, Tesla, all build the same category of product. Yet it isn't, much a stretch to claim that they are very different companies. These observations, I would say, that the people, teams, and organizations are all unique, lead to a critical idea that process and organization structure must be tailored for the situation that we currently face. In other words, I would say context count. See, this figure shows that there are several context factors that affect how a team chooses its wow. For example, a team of 8 people working in a common team room on a very complex domain problem in a life-critical regulatory situation will organize themselves, differently, and will choose to follow different practices than a team of 50 people, spread across a corporate campus on a complex problem in a non-regulatory situation. Although these teams could be working for the same company, but they could choose to work in a very different ways. See, discipline agile does much of a heavy lifting when it comes to answering the question, how do all of the various agile techniques, fit together? In many ways, I would say discipline agile is a process glue that connects the various agile practices. It leverages ideas from a wide variety of agile, lean, iterative, and even traditional sources, I would say. See, one of the greater advantages of agile and lean software development is the wealth of practices, techniques, and strategies available to you. This is also one of the greatest challenges, because without something like DA toolkit, it's difficult to know what to choose, how to fit them together. In many ways, discipline agile does a heavy process lifting for you. In that, it shows how all of these great ideas, fit together, enable to get you on your actual job, which is to produce great solutions for the stakeholders. I hope I am audible enough.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. See, agile often, I would say, fails in an organization because the supporting group themselves are not agile. So it is not their fault, It's just that they haven't been educated on their new ways of working to be agile. There are some examples of process plates if you see here. The hex in the middle of the diagram depicts a typical, I would say, Scrum team. Here, the process plates addresses a specific organization capabilities such as finance, people management, data management, agile solution delivery, procurement, and more. A process plate encompasses, I would say, a collection of process options in discipline agile, including, I would say, the practices, the strategies, and workflows that should be chosen and then applied in a context sensitive manner. See, many people assume that agile teams are whole, meaning that they have all the skills, people are, I would say, in terms of authority, needed to get the job done. But that isn't simply the case. Their team needs to collaborate with other teams or groups to accomplish their goals. These teams need to work in a agile friendly nature, I would say. Now, this is a very important picture in terms of discipline agile. See, this discipline agile toolkit is organized into 4 levels. One is the foundation, if you see. The foundation layer provides a conceptual, I would say, underpinning of the DA toolkit, which is principles, guidelines, promises, agile, lean, serial, roles. I would say, when I say serial, means traditional water concepts and the way of working. Disciplined DevOps, second layer is. See, DevOps is a streamlining of solution development and operations, and disciplined DevOps is an enterprise class approach to DevOps, I would say. This layer includes discipline agile delivery plus other enterprise aspects of DevOps, be it a security, a data management, release management, support, or IT operations. Then comes the third layer, which is value stream. The value stream layer is based on, I would say, AI shallow ways, flex. It's not, I would say, enough to be innovative in ideas if these ideas can't be realized in the marketplace or in the company. So flex is a glue that ties an organization's strategies in that it visualizes what an effective value stream looks like, enabling you to make decisions for improving each part of the organization within the context of the whole, I would say. The discipline agile enterprise, the fourth layer talks about discipline agile enterprise. See, this layer focuses on rest of the enterprise activities that support your organization value streams, be it a people management or information technology or asset management or a transformation or a finance or a vendor management or a legal. See, teams, regardless of what level they operate at, can and should choose their way of working. Although at times we will delve into, cross team and organizational issues wherever we are appropriate, I would say. See, this is a goal diagram of one of the data management process plates. Here, if you see, each goal has a set of things to consider, like ensure data security, evolve data assets. These are decision points, I would say. For each decision points, there are a set of options if you see here. Like for ensure data security, it's data encryption, privacy, access control, physical data security, accountability. So these, if when I say each decision point, there are a set of options, the ones that are in bold or italics, represents the default practices, good things to start with. And for more details, you need to take up the discipline agile course to learn more about it. But yes, for each options, you will find out, the trade-offs, and for each options, what are the advantages or disadvantages of each option, so that you can see that what fits in your context and choose to go ahead with that. This is another example of the practice choices which are captured by a process called diagrams. Maybe secure funding, how you can grow your team members, in terms of how we can sustain team or provide feedback or improve the skills and knowledge going forward. Now, see, the team can choose, or I would say should choose an appropriate life cycle on their own. It does not mean that if a project team is using a Scrum, it will fit in if the other project where the Scrum people should be chosen to choose Scrum, even if that project is suitable for a traditional with the waterfall, or I would say a lean life cycle to be used. DA addresses full delivery life cycle, I would say, from team initiation all the way to delivering a solution to your end. It supports for multiple life cycles. It supports agile, lean, continuous delivery, exploratory, large team versions of life cycle, I would say, which is a program life cycles. See, DA does not prescribe a single life cycle because it recognizes that one process approach does not fit at all. The DA helps providing advice for selecting the right one to start with and then how to evolve from one to another over the time. That is one of the reasons it's being called a toolkit and not a framework. This is a very important point. It is not a framework. DA is a toolkit, I would say. See, another one of the principles of DA is what we want to organize around our production services. We want to organize around what we serve the customer, not around job functions, not around divisions, but around value streams. I am focused on the customer. This is the DA flex life cycle overview. I would say a simpler, I would say a little simpler, a little clearer. How you actually that high level at least actually serve our customers, which is really what is all about. That's where you define your success in a better way. The better you are at bringing products and services to your customers, the more effective you are going to be, more competitive you are going to be in the marketplace, and therefore be more successful. So what we want to do is, first of all, we want to organize around these value streams, around the products and services, the offerings that we bring to our customers, and we want to streamline it, and we want to get very good at this and be always trying to improve. So right now we are looking at this, from a process point of view. This might be, one large team. This can be a collection of teams, interact with each other. But the point is that these value streams begin and end with customer, and they don't really end. It's a constant iterative approach. But the idea is this customer it needs. So we strategize. I would say we go through, we prioritize and explore what the needs are through portfolio management or product management efforts. We eventually implement the solutions. I should also point out, this is not all, I would say. The very interesting concept here is that, which is a bit different than what you as project managers might be used to, is that we don't earn any value. We don't actually achieve until it's actually truly in the hands of our customers and they achieve value. So not just because we declare, we have earned value, it's really until we have, got it up and running in the marketplace and our customers are taking advantage of it and getting value. That's when the value has been, realized and achieved. And hopefully we are measuring all this at the very beginning of this loop. So, not only we are strategizing, but we are also identifying, how we are going to measure these, thinking of these things that we are bringing to the market. And then we, we just keep going through this and want to tighten this loop and be as effective as we can. And all these axes, these process blades in the middle are all supporting all of these efforts. So for any of you working in the projects are either doing safe, maybe it's working well, maybe it's not, or Scrum, or I would say some other common frameworks. This is an absolutely key technique to helping improving upon what you are doing, I would say. See, many people recommend, I would say, an experimental approach to improvement. And we have found guided experiments to be even more effective. The Agile community provides a lot of advice around, retrospective, a working session where teams reflects on how to get better. The Lean community gives great advice for how to act on the reflection, sometimes called Kaizen. See, the basic idea of, I would say, PDSA or PDCA, continuous improvement loop strategy, is that you improve your ways of working as a series of small changes. See, the value of DA is that it can guide you through this identification step by helping you agnostically identify a new practice or a strategy that is likely to address the challenge you are hoping to address. By referencing the DA toolkit, we make better decisions with increases success early, applying proven strategies, rather than trying to figure out everything yourself. DA call this guided continuous improvement. It uses the DA toolkit to guide your continuous improvement, I would say. Oh, sorry. See, this is a J-curve that shows when we adopt methods such as Scrum or SAFe, we usually have a reduction in a productivity as we learn it. Then as we learn, we get better. But this tends to, level off as teams don't know how to improve further once they are doing whatever method or framework says to do. But by using a DA toolkit and a guided continuous improvement, we can continue to improve indeed faster than the traditional, I would say, continuous improvement. That's why DA says start where you are, do the best that you can do in a given situation that you face, and always strives to get better. The important point is that you don't have to throw out whatever you are doing and start for fresh. If you are using Scrum, that is fine. But the chances are that you can improve in this way. DA is not disruptive for your teams, I would say. See, copying someone else's approach to Agile is not the best way of achieving, I would say, business agility. Some organizations can, copy Spotify's model that can be created for themselves. However, this is a custom approach to Agile designed by Spotify for their situation. Unless that is your situation, it will unlikely work for you well. See, what is impressive about Spotify is that they did what DA recommends. They evolved a way of working that made sense for them. You should aspire to do the same. The DA body of knowledge helps you to create, I would say, your own Spotify, an agile model suited to your unique context. See, successful agile organizations take responsibility for evolving their own agility. See, why I'm saying this? Because as you know, team in organizations are unique as well as your projects. Every context or situation in which you work or perform your work is unique. See, success doesn't come from adopting a prescriptive, I would say, framework or methodology such as Scrum or SAFe, although it may be a good to start, I would say. For true business agility, we need to choose our agile way of working, bespoke agile, optimizing for our own situation. See, the choose your wow book that you see is an updated, I would say, version. of the first book called Discipline Agile Delivery, which was published in 2012. This book represents the DAD body of knowledge. And I would say this is available free for PMI members. And in the end, I would say that, in Discipline Agile, we are giving you lifelong skills that you can apply into your career to help yourself, help your teams, help your organization, improve the way of working to become more effective and more competitive. And that is absolute critical in this new environment that we are working in right now. And however the environment, evolves, the only thing I can guarantee is, it's gonna be more competitive. And I honestly wish that you can and your organization can become more competitive and leverage the DA tool to do that. That's why we say agile methods and frameworks gives you a fish and feed you a day, but DA toolkit teaches you how to fish and thus feeds you for life. Thank you. And I'll, for question and answers, you can let me know. And I'll pass on my control to Jacob for further.
Hey, thanks, Samir. We will open this for Q&A. If any of you need a session to be organized at your organization or to work with your leadership to create a proof of concept, kindly reach out to any of us, either Manoj, Samir, or myself. I've put our email IDs at the beginning of the chat box.
Samir, I have one question.
Okay.
You talked about that DA life cycle starts with customer, and then it not exactly ends at customer, but then there's an iterative process that goes on.
Yes.
So I would like to know, at times even customer is not aware what they need,
Yes.
so there you need to educate or something. So does DA also talks about it, that how we can educate our customers, or how we can be proactive in this competitive market by uh, you know uh, interacting well with customers, not just knowing their needs, but also maybe suggesting them or educating them what could be the better
See,
solutions for them.
DA helps us in knowing that how we can approach to the customer. If they are not aware of it, then we should guide them. What are the benefits of doing in an agile way? See, DA provides us some methods. That okay, you depending upon the customer needs and all, it helps you to know which tool or which in process you need to go and help them. Say for a finance, so you build up a budget at the year end, but seeing the COVID scenario, it suggests that maybe you can have a high level budget for the whole year, but you should go into detail in quarterly or so that it helps you to focus on more strategic areas rather than building a whole bunch of for the whole year and then you drop out some of the things and then start doing that refresh. So it helps you on going forward in that way.
Yeah.
So that way it,
Go ahead,
yeah.
Samir.
Sir, you are saying something. I am finished.
Yep. Thanks, Samir. Yeah, just adding to that, yes, DA helps you to guide your customer, even if he is not sure what methodology to use. But DA practitioner understands what the customer process is, what the customer end objective is, understands it, then he can evaluate the multiple methodologies available, frameworks available in the market space, be it X, Y, Z. If none of them fits, he can also help the customer create his way of working. That's the USP of disciplined agile. That's a good question. Thanks.
Charu.
Yeah, thanks, Charu.
Charu.
Sorry.
See, but I would add on to what Jacob said is that you analyze the context which you are in, then you choose your own way of working thereafter. Choose the life cycle, understand what your team is all about, the environment and all. As we say, the tactical agility which I showed you, and basis that choose the framework or a life cycle which you want to attack, and then by having those practices or process goals or so, to connect those dots into that life cycle or the framework you have chosen from, you choose that and then improve upon those areas, after you have selected and start working on those areas by getting the feedbacks or doing the retrospectives internally from externally from all the stakeholders and then proceed further.
Thank you, Samir. Thank you, Jacob. We have more questions. So one is from Renan. How different is DA from PMI ACP, and which has more inside track in getting certified?
See, there are, if I say DA has 5 levels of certifications, and in that PMI ACP is a stands at the second level of, I would say, and then first level is DA SM, which is for the people who are new to agile. There the foundation of agile, a lean, or I would say practices are being shared with them about DA being told them. Then comes is a PMI ACP, the people who have done learned about hybrid practices and all about agile ideologies, which is with respect to the people who have 0 to, I would say, 8 months of experience who have people have. Then is the DA SSM course, which is for the senior Scrum Master role. How to deal with complex situations when you feel face in the organization, the people who are 2 years of more experience on the agile concept working. Then comes is the coach and consultant courses above we have.
Thank you, Samir. Thanks for the insight.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, do we have more questions? Would you like to know more about certifications or anything that comes up to your mind? Yeah, so we have one more question. How much this certification cost us?
Okay, so Manoj, can you answer this?
See, basically, there are two ways of looking at it. One is the training cost, and the other is the examination. What PMI has done differently after a long time, they have bundled everything into one cost. So currently, the training charges are varying between 40 to 45,000, and this includes the training kit, which comes to you from PMI directly. Then there is a training delivery part, and the third component is the examination part. One attempt of the exam, if you do it within a month, is free. But as of now, since Jacob is there, I'm just sharing it. As of now, PMI is allowing 3 free attempts for the certification. And on top of it, right now, it is an unproctored exam as of now.
Charu, you're on mute.
Sorry. We have got multiple requests if this these slides can be shared with us so that we can have this information readily available with us.
We can do that, Charu. We will share it through you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I have a question. Charu, can I go with the question?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, because DA is fantastic. I like DA more than SAFE, but there is not that many DA trainers available in India. A lot of the DA trainers are available outside India, and that's why I have been waiting for last 2 years to get my DA credentials done. So now it's good to have a PMI chapter representative in India in this call. If I want to be a DA trainer in India, how can I fasten my track? Because if the ecosystem, all the trainers are available outside of India and the training courses are quoted in the dollars, which is can't be afforded by Indian salary, then this ecosystem will not grow. Like SAFE is growing so faster because people have created a community and ecosystem around SAFE. So DA also need to do that, like create a lot of trainers and lot of certified people. Then only the ecosystem of DA will grow. So what is PMI going to do about it?
Yeah, thanks for that question. Very relevant question. I would take one step back and would say that no, DA is not competing with SAFE or any other frameworks which is available in the market. This is a toolkit which would help you maximize the agile environment you are in, be it SAFE, be it Scrum, Kanban,
Okay,
or
sorry
Waterfall.
for
Yeah.
that, Jacob. Sorry for interrupting
Yeah, no,
you.
no,
Sorry for
yeah,
interrupting you. Every product and service need an ecosystem. For iPhone is not a phone. iPhone is a lifestyle. That's how iPhone become. If you want to now, you have to decide that you want to be the third in the market or you want to be the first in the market. I think probably you know about the long tail, right? The winner takes all, and second and third is just nothing there for you. So if you want to play small, that up to you. Then nobody's interested in DA. It can be a good framework. But if you want to be a market leader, if you want to go head on with SAFE, then what's your strategy?
We respect your views, but I'm telling you how the toolkit is positioned in the market. Now, coming to the second point on how you can be a DA trainer. Definitely, you can be a DA trainer. There are around 25 DA trainers in India, and many are showing interest. There are around 13 partners, including Manoj's organization, who are partners of DA. So first, what you need to do is you need to take a DA certification, associate with an existing DA partner, and do a train the trainer program. Once you have done both these and qualify the requirements, then you are ready to go. You will become a DA trainer. Yes, as you rightly told, yes, there is an increasing need in the market to cater to increasing DA training needs, and PMI is definitely looking into that.
Okay, thanks for the answer. I have shared my email ID with you, so if you can share the details in my email, then that would be great. Then I
Perfect.
will get in
Sure.
touch with the local
Sure,
chapter
sure.
representative.
You can reach out to any of us, either Manoj or myself. We will support you on that journey.
Thank you for that.
All right. We still have time. So if you have more queries.
While questions are coming in, I would tell that again, reiterate again. PMI, irrespective of the geography, is ready to create proof of concept within your organization. Along with our partners, we will be there to support you. If any of your organization is keen to create a proof of concept for DA, kindly reach out to us, irrespective of the geography.
Jacob, I have another question, but that is maybe very, very recent. Even the Kanban maturity model, they have mapped their competencies with PMBOK. You are updated on that, that what is the strategy going forward?
I don't have an update on this at this point of time, but if you need more inputs on that, we will connect offline and then I can get you more details on that.
Thank you.
I just have one quick question, which is more again coming from what Tanmay had been asking. Um, so because he just triggered this, blame it to him. But they just triggered the curiosity. So the curiosity is all about um, so all these frameworks have a certain strategy, for the market. For example, SAFE is heavily a training focused organization, and that can absolutely be a wrong understanding also, but that's how it looks. And so how are we focused? Are we focused more in terms of organizational transformation and only working with the organizational clients, or we are also inclined towards public training? And because in SAFE we see there is continuous public training and then continuous um, uh, not exactly like Scrum Alliance, but still there is a continuous involvement which is coming from these trainings and their events which are happening. So how are we looking at it? And so accordingly, customers will also align to whatever your vision is.
Thanks, Deepthi, for bringing it up.
So there is no comparison, but
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just want to understand how should we look at
Definitely. Yeah. PMI is focusing both on B2C and B2B perspective aspects of that. From B2C perspective, we do have PMI training partners who would be hosting public programs and training the public students who are enrolling for that. That's one aspect. Second, we are looking at B2B engagements also, especially from the transformation perspective, where PMI will have value stream two offerings, namely value stream consultants and DA consultants. So they will be focusing on transformation journeys of organization, and other certifications would be more focused on B2C market. I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah. So we will be also seeing the trailing calendar just like we see
Yes.
for the SAFE, and will there be also
It's already populated in PMI website. It's already populated on pmi.org website.
Yeah.
It will be shortly be coming in PMI India website as well.
Okay. So then the other question is, just like, you Google the scaled agile courses and you get a lot of vendors. I can simply put them as vendors because even I am not a training company. So you'll see a lot of training companies, selling those certificates. So will that also be the strategy for that? I mean, will that also allow all these training companies sell their certificates, and will people, because that just makes it very easily accessible, you have many channels from where you can access. So will that happen with that as well?
It is not selling the certification. The certification would be owned by PMI and it will be conducted by PMI. But if your question is that whether the trainings would be conducted by the training partners, yes, it will be conducted by training partners. Yes, it will be available from the partners. PMI does not directly do any training, Deepthi. It will be only
Okay, I
always
think
delivered.
that makes sense. That makes sense. PMI is the knowledge body and the PMI need training partners. But another question I asked earlier, which was not properly answered, it is about the purchasing power parity. Now, if we look at now, all the trainings are mostly online because the physical thing is not happening. Now, if I take example of Kanban University, which is very well known, whenever anybody log in from India, any course which is quoted in euro, they give us 68 to 70% discount for whoever lives in India or any other country which is low income. But when I'm looking at the discipline agile catalog, I'm not seeing that purchasing power parity. So what's if PMI need to go for adoption, PMI need to make it available also. So people are not sure about discipline agile, what is the future of it, and if it is priced in US dollars, not affordable by Indian community, then also it's not helping. So what about the purchasing power parity?
A good question. You should you got it at the right moment. See, two aspects to that. One, PMI has started an India store. So if you log in with an Indian IP, you will be directed to the India store, and all the prices are discounted and in INR. First of all the PMI products. Second,
Okay.
for disciplined agile also, it's 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 a heavily discounted pricing for India when compared to North America and Europe region. It's already discounted. The only difference between PMP and DA
Okay,
certification
thanks. You already
exam.
answered. I think only the information was not easily available. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think if you run a campaign in LinkedIn and create awareness that this PMI India store is available and things are
yes,
available in Indian
yes,
prices, that's good. Even like
yeah.
myself, Deepti, who runs large communities of agile coaches, we can actually share that information.
Sure, definitely. We take that feedback because this is a feedback for us that we have been running campaigns, both social media, through the chapters, through the partners. But it's a good feedback that you told that night. We have not reached out to many of you. Definitely, we'll take that feedback and then reach out to you. Maybe with your support, we'll run it through your community as well. So the India store was opened about a year back, which is already heavily discounted.
I have a question.
Yeah, but see, I don't know about.
Tanmay, if you are done, other people can also ask questions.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Sorry.
Okay.
Deepti, there's one question in chat box that I would
Okay.
like to take up.
Please take up.
Yeah,
I will
so
in fact leave my questions here on the chat. Sorry, no worries. Yeah.
so it's from Sri Harsha, and the question is how to start a DA journey for a Scrum Master.
Beautiful.
Samir, do you want to take it?
See, as I said, first of all, you need to understand, what your team is all about, which context you are in, what kind of a project you are in also. So basis that, based upon your requirements, DA helps you. See, DA has that process, how to choose your wow. So it helps you guiding, first you understand the context you are in as a Scrum Master, whether it's a complex project or whether it is a simple project or either a life critical project or so, what kind of team size you have, it's a 25 people team size, or you are sitting in a, I would say, virtual world across the globe, or sitting in a standalone room, So if you're working in a standalone room, your way of working will be different, as we said, and working in a global across team, how you have to coordinate with people as a Scrum Master. So DA suggests, first understand the context which you are in, then see, which life cycle you are in, then choose the problem which you are facing also most or so. By using that value stream method or so, you choose that, lean concepts. Then go to that particular practice or process goals, choose that option that fits and suits you, and then improve upon the way of your working. That's all, I would say. In the current context, see, it does not tell you that if you are using Scrum, stop using that, or you are using Safe, stop using that. It does not suggest that. It suggests whatever you are, then you move towards, what are the best practices which discipline agile is telling you all about, and then focus on improving your own way of working, See, the way I manage my team, the way you manage your team, both are different, So DA SSM is a course which is designed for senior Scrum Masters, who are having an experience of more than 2 years of it, how to handle complex situations, how to deal with people, It focuses more on that, it focuses on how to deal with upper management when you are talking to them, how you're presenting your matrices and all, how you're planning, it focuses on that. It focuses on more on working, coordinating with the other teams, I hope I answered your question.
Yes, Samir.
Okay.
Thanks.
Deepti, now it's your turn. So
Yeah, I was, more interested in looking at the case studies. How can we, find case studies for the where DA is used for scaling and transformation?
So, Jacob, over to
Yeah,
you.
we can share that with you, Deepthi. There are available with multiple organizations and multiple geos. We can share that with you. And also, we have also developed certain scenario-based case studies in Indian context, specifically with
Jacob, you are on
with,
mute.
yeah, sorry. I'm really sorry. Yeah, specifically with large system integrators from India, the top 5 or 6, we can share those also with you. Depending on which
That helps, yeah.
sector you are looking at, we can share that with you.
That helps, yeah.
And PMI globally also is in the process of sharing those case studies on the website.
Okay.
It will be shortly uploaded, maybe within a month's time.
Perfect, yeah.
we have more questions related to pricing. Tanmay, maybe you can ask your question.
I think I have asked enough questions.
Okay, so let me look for more questions.
Tanmay, maybe you can ask the questions to Manoj or Jacob or me. So our email
No, I
IDs are
can
there.
take it offline. My offline. My question was more on training and adoption, which is kind of, I was not aware of this India store, so that was a new learning for me.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good feedback, Tanmay. That we have not reached out to people like you who are part
Exactly.
of who are part of the system.
So Jacob,
So
that's really a information. Like if I do not know, lot of people
I
like tell me
understand.
I am not
Yeah.
bragging, but I'm a walking Wikipedia on Agile. So if the information have not reached me, then maybe the channels are, you are
Absolutely.
campaigning at
We
the wrong place.
respect you. We respect and value people like you who day in day out talk and breathe agile. So we take that feedback. We will definitely reach out to you.
Thank you.
So we'll take up last questions because we are nearly, closing. So one last question from Javed. SAFe 5 has organization agility as a competency. DA also talks about business agility. How to compare these?
Okay. Just give me a moment. I have to thought it through.
Samir, in case you find it as a challenge, we
You
can get back.
Yeah, I can get back to that person. No
Yes,
problems. There are
let's
a lot of
get back to Javed on that.
differences are there. It's not easy to explain that in 1 minute or 2 minutes time, but there are a lot of things which are different or same also. But I can guide him, on that. Maybe I can talk to him offline on that particular
Yes.
friend.
So there is a comparison chart which PMI has prepared comparing with the different methodologies, the latest versions, and with disciplined agile. How DA complements and what are the differences, what are the strengths and weaknesses. So we can share that with you, Javed.
So Jacob, what I can say, DA is a meta framework.
Say that again.
DA is a meta framework. Within DA, I can use other scaling frameworks. So I can tell you example like in my organization, I'm using DA. I have also using LACE and Scrum at Scale within DA. For different teams, different frameworks.
Can I know where you work, Javed?
No, this is Tanmay. I work for a company called IG Markets, which is based out of London.
Oh, okay. Javed, if you can share your email ID in the chat box, it's my responsibility. I will get back to you.
Sure. Yeah, I'll share.
Yeah.
So I think it's our closing time now, and because we are done, like it's been 1 hour, and so Jacob has promised that he'll be sharing email IDs. So if you have more queries, maybe you can reach out to them directly. And so yeah, I would like to end this session by thanking you all, Samir, Jacob, and Manoj, for providing your insights and giving us more and more information. Thanks a lot. And thanks everyone for joining and making this session more interactive.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Charu.
Thanks,
everyone.
thanks,
Thank you,
Charu.
Deepti,
Thank you,
for
everyone.
this opportunity.
Thank you, Deepti.
Thank you all,
Thank
and
you.
thank you the organizers for arranging this.
Pleasure is all ours. All right, guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Yeah, thanks
Happy
for
Sunday.
hosting this. Bye-bye.